Hello my dear students, how are you all? So in my previous video we discussed about force between multiple charges and electric field. That is, if the system consists of n number of charges, then the force on any one charge due to n number of charges we can calculate by using superposition principle. And here I like to tell you that the resultant force on any one charge due to the system of charges we can calculate by using an important law known as law of vector addition. For three charges or more than three charges, we can use triangle law of vector addition, parallelogram law of vector addition, or we can use polygon law of vector addition. So to calculate the resultant force on one charge due to system of charges, these laws we can use. So regarding this we will see in our next session. And also we discussed about what is electric field. That is the region surrounding a charge in which another charge experiences the force. That is, electric field is force per unit charge. And as the electric field is force per unit charge, the SI unit of electric field is Newton per Coulomb. And here I like to tell you there is one more unit of electric field, that is volt per meter. Yes, why like this? Because electric field you can define in some different way as potential per unit length, means potential applied per length is again a measurement of electric field. We will see regarding this in our next chapter. Okay, so the SI unit of electric field is Newton per Coulomb or volt per meter. Okay, so this we discussed in our last videos. So in today's session we are going to discuss what is electric field lines, or also called as electric lines of forces. So let's start. So electric field lines or electric lines of forces are the imaginary lines, or these are the imaginary paths. These lines or these paths are maybe a straight or maybe a curve. So electric field lines are the imaginary lines or imaginary path along which a unit positive charge or also called as a test charge is supposed to move. Okay, this is known as electric field lines or electric lines of forces. So let us understand what is meant by this. To understand the concept of electric field lines, okay, let us consider a unit positive source charge. It's a source charge. Okay, and we know surrounding a charge there is an electric field. So how we can represent the electric field by drawing the electric field lines surrounding this charge. And how we can draw the electric field lines surrounding this charge? Okay, so let us bring a test charge and place inside the electric field of this charge. What happened? It experiences the force and it moves away from that due to the repulsion. Again, if you bring a test charge, again it moves away from that. Means that test charge followed a path, a straight line path, and it moves away. Okay. Again, if you bring, again it follows a straight line path and moves away due to the repulsion. And that path followed by the test charge we can draw surrounding this charge. And how we can draw this? Okay. In a classical way, the electric field lines you can draw surrounding this positive source charge like this. And here I like to tell you the concept of electric field lines is given by Michael Faraday. Okay, these are the imaginary concept. Actually there is no field lines like this surrounding a charge. So to represent electric field surrounding a charge, we draw the imaginary lines surrounding that. Okay, and if you see the electric field lines surrounding this positive charge is like this according to the classical way. You know, these are the arrow which are just moving. No, they are just indicating, or they are like radially outwards. We are drawing so many arrows surrounding this charge. And what this arrow indicates? The path followed by the unit positive charge. If you bring a charge, it moves away. So the electric field lines due to positive charge is radially outwards. So we can draw like this. Okay. So here the arrow indicates the direction and the size of the arrow indicates the strength of the electric field surrounding a charge. And here if you see, the length of the arrow near the charge is more. It indicates near the charge there is a strong electric field. As we move away from the charge, the length of the arrow goes on decreases, which indicates the electric field lines goes on decreases. The electric field strength goes on decreases. Okay? So this is a classical way we can represent the electric field lines surrounding a positive charge, positive source charge. So instead of using this method of drawing the electric field lines, we can use the simplest way of drawing the electric field lines like this. So surrounding a positive charge, the electric field lines you can draw like this. Here the arrow indicates the direction of the electric field, okay, and here the crowding of the electric field lines indicates the strength of the electric field. What does that mean? See here. Near the charge, the electric field lines are very close. They are crowded. That indicates there is a strong electric field. And as you go away, there is a space between the electric field lines. The electric field lines are well separated, which indicates the electric field lines goes on weaker. There is a weak electric field as you go away from the charge. Okay, so this is the simplest way you can represent the electric field lines surrounding a positive charge. So we got a clear idea that surrounding a positive charge, the electric field lines are radially outward. Why like this? Because if you bring a unit positive charge, it moves away due to the repulsion. Therefore we can draw the electric field lines radially outwards. Okay. Similarly, if you see a negative charge, a negative source charge, how we can draw the electric field lines? Yes, it is radially inward. Why? Because if you bring a test charge near to this negative charge, it attracts, it moves towards. As we know, a test charge is always the positive and our source charge is the negative. So if you bring, it moves towards. Okay, so the electric field lines due to the negative charge is radially inwards. Okay, so these lines are what it indicates. This indicates the path followed by the unit positive charge. Okay, therefore it is radially inwards. And if you see the electric field lines due to the pair of equal and unlike charges, the electric field lines configuration is look like this. So as the electric field line starts from the positive and end to the negative. So due to the pair of equal and opposite charges, the electric field line configuration it like this. And here if you see here the electric field lines exert and the electric field lines are contract lengthwise. The electric field lines meeting lengthwise like this. They are contracting lengthwise, which indicates there is a force of attraction between these two unlike charges. Okay? And the same way, if you see the electric field lines configuration for a pair of equal and like charges, it looks like this. And here if you see the electric field lines exert a lateral pressure. It exerts a lateral pressure which indicates there is a repulsion between these two charges. Okay? So on this there might be a question, there is an important question, that is draw electric field lines due to Q is greater than 0, Q is less than 0 and due to the pair of equal and opposite charges. Now what does that mean? Q is greater than 0. We have to draw the electric field line configuration due to positive charge. Q is greater than 0 means positive charge. Q is less than 0 indicates you have to draw the electric field lines due to the negative charge like this. Okay. And the third one, draw the electric field lines due to the pair of equal and opposite charges. Means you have to draw like this. You have to take two equal and opposite charges and you will draw the electric field lines like this. Okay. So there might be a question on this. I hope you understand what are electric field lines and how we can represent the electric field lines for such kind of system of charges. Now let us understand some of the important properties of these electric lines of forces or electric field lines. So here the first property of electric field lines goes like this. The electric field lines, due to the positive charge, is radially outward and it starts from the positive charge. So electric field lines start from the positive charge in always radially outward, and the electric field lines are end to the negative charge. It goes to the negative charge and it is always radially inward. So these are the first property. The second properties of electric field lines are the tangent drawn at any point on the electric field lines indicates the direction of the electric field at that point. So if you draw a tangent on any point, that tangent indicates the direction of the electric field at that point. Okay, so this is the second property. And the next property of electric field lines is the electric field lines never intersect each other. They never intersect each other. Why like this? Suppose if the electric field lines are intersect, and at the point of intersection, if you draw the tangent on both the curves, you find that there are two directions of the electric field, and at the single point, the two direction to the electric field is not possible. Therefore, we are saying electric field lines are never intersect. Okay, and the next property is the region where the electric field lines are crowded, means they are close. At that region there is a strong electric field, that indicates the strong electric field. That crowded region indicates strong electric field. And the region where the electric field lines are well separated, that region indicates there is a weak electric field. Okay, so this is one kind of a property of the electric field. And the next property of the electric field is the electric field lines per unit cross section perpendicular to the electric field is always proportional to the strength of the electric field. That is, the number of electric field lines per unit cross section area which is perpendicular to the direction of the electric field is always proportional to the strength of the electric field. So you have to understand this. Okay, now the next property. So the next property is the electric field lines do not passes through the conductor. That is, the interior of the conductor is, there is no electric field strength. There is no electric field. There is no electric field influence. Inside the conductor, electric field influence is zero. Means inside the conductor there is no electric field. Okay, so this is one kind of property. Means electric field lines do not passes through the conductor. So inside the conductor there is no electric field. And this idea we can use for the electrostatic shielding. This is one kind of a process. Okay, so what is electrostatic shielding? So electrostatic shielding is a process of making a region free from the influence of the electric field. It is a process of making a region free from electric field. Okay, so this electrostatic shielding is basically used to protect the sensitive components of the electronics. So if you see a circuit of a mobile, and if you see a small components, whatever is there, is covered with a metallic plate, and that is called electrostatic shielding. Why the sensitive components are covered with the metallic sheet? Because of the electrostatic shielding, because the external electric field doesn't influence that component, and the component doesn't get damaged. Therefore, we covered that component with the metallic sheet, and that is called as electrostatic shielding. Okay, so this is the property. And as we already know that the electric field lines, due to the pair of equal and unlike charges, the electric field lines are contract lengthwise, which indicates there is a force of attraction between them, between the unlike charges. Okay, and the next property is the electric field lines due to the pair of equal and like charges. If you see, the electric field lines exert a lateral pressure, which indicates there is a repulsive force between them. Okay, So these are a few properties of electric field lines or electric lines of forces. So there might be a question for 3 marks. Write any 3 properties of electric field lines or electric lines of forces. So you can just write any 3 properties among this. Okay. I hope you understand this session, and please don't forget to share this video to all your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay. Thank you.